Okay, good morning, students. Today we will discuss bond line formula, okay, or zigzag structure of organic compounds. Now, what is bond line formula or zigzag structure of organic compounds? We know that the valency of carbon is, what is the valency of carbon?
4,
4, and valency of hydrogen is 1. Okay,
1.
so we will start simply from the alkanes. Now my share is visible to you. The general formula of alkanes, CnH2n plus 2, because the valency of carbon is 4. The simplest alkane is methane, CH4. Okay. The next member is ethane, C2H6, that is CH3CH3. Okay. Now, another higher alkane, another homologous member of this methane and ethane. After ethane, we get here propane, C3H8. Okay. Now, it is simple to write CH4 or ethane, that is CH3CH3. Okay. Propane, CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay, all these are detailed structures in which each carbon-carbon bond and all carbon and hydrogens are shown. But what if you wish to write, if you want to write higher alkane, say C10H22. The formula is CnH2n plus 2. Okay, you can see here carbon numbers are 10. Okay, so hydrogens are 10 into 2 plus 2, that is 22. Okay, now while writing the formula for this decane, suppose this is normal decane. Okay, then you have to write CH3 CH2 CH2 8 times. Okay, and then write CH3. You can see here you have to write total 10 carbon atoms. Okay, out of which 2 are CH3s and other 8 groups are methylene groups, CH2. Okay, so it is very tedious to write the detailed structure. So to avoid this, we can write, instead of this detailed structure or condensed formula, this is called the condensed formula. Okay, detailed structure is CH3 CH2 CH2 CH2. You have to write 8 times. Okay, and then write CH3. This is the detailed structure, this is the condensed formula. So to avoid writing all these things, we can just write a bond line formula or zigzag formula. Okay, so I am going to write the bond line formula or zigzag formula for decane molecule. Once you put your pen on your paper, you wrote the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Okay, so you can see that each corner, each vertices compresses carbon atom. Okay, so there are certain rules while writing the zigzag structures or bond line formula. Okay, no need to write carbon and hydrogens. Okay, each corner each corner represent a carbon atom. Okay, so in this structure you can see at every position there exists a carbon atom. Okay, but no need to mention that carbon atom. So it is simple to write the bond line formula. Okay, no need to write carbon atom, each corner contain carbon atom, and we know the valency of carbon is 4. So each carbon should have 4 sigma bonds or sigma or pi bonds. Okay, now you can see here Each and every carbon is bonded to another carbon atom. Okay, another one or two carbon atoms. So I am going to give the numbers to each carbon atom: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, now out of these 10 carbons, first and last carbon, that is first and 10th carbon, have only one bond to another carbon atom. Okay, first carbon atom is bonded to second carbon atom, and 10th carbon atom is bonded to ninth carbon atom. Okay, so what about the remaining bonds? The remaining bonds of carbon are with hydrogen atoms. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that the valency of carbon is 4, and all remaining bonds of these carbon atoms, okay, are with hydrogens. Okay, so no need to mention any carbon or any hydrogens. Okay, so you can see here at the 10th carbon, though carbon is not written here, but carbon is there. Okay, and this carbon is singly bonded to ninth carbon. So remaining valency is satisfied with hydrogen atoms. So of course 10th carbon is CH3 carbon. Similarly, for first carbon is there and three hydrogens are there, but no need to mention carbon and hydrogen. Okay, now you can see first carbon and 10th carbon, all valencies are satisfied. Okay, now come to the second to ninth carbon atom. Okay, you can choose any carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, all are CH2 carbon atoms. Now look at the second carbon atom. This second carbon atom is directly attached to first and third carbon atom. Means out of 4, 2 valencies are satisfied. So what are the remaining valencies? Remaining valencies must be satisfied with hydrogen atom. Okay. So in bond line formula or formula zigzag structure, you should not mention carbons and hydrogens. But if oxygen, halogens, sulfur, selenium are there, then you have to mention those elements. Okay. Except carbon and hydrogen, you have to mention all other elements. But as these compounds are, we are looking at the alkanes. Alkanes contain only hydrogens and carbons. So we have to just write zigzag lines. Okay. Each line represent sigma bond between carbon carbon atoms. Okay, no need to mention carbon hydrogen bonds, no need to write carbons and hydrogens. Okay, now I am going to write another structure. Okay, so how many carbon atoms are here in this formula? You tell me.
6.
Six
6.
carbon atoms, C6, and of course 6 into 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. Okay, CnH2n plus 2, H2n plus 2. If n is 6, then 2n plus 2 becomes 14. So hydrogen should be 14. Okay, now I am going to write the detailed structure. Each corner represent carbon. Okay, further valency of carbon is 4. Okay, now you have to just check whether the valencies of carbon are fully satisfied or not. Okay, so look at the extreme left carbon, only one bond is there, so remaining 3 bonds are with hydrogens. Look at the second carbon, it already have 2 sigma bonds with other 2 carbon atoms, so remaining 2 valencies satisfied with hydrogens. Similarly for this, this is called the detailed structure. Okay, and extreme right carbon, the remaining 3 valencies are satisfied with 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so what is the formula for this? CH3 CH2, 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 CH3. Okay, so it is C6H14 and the molecule is hexane. Okay, common name is normal hexane and IUPAC name is just hexane. Okay, now any question, any doubt? What is the condensed formula for this hexane? CH3 CH2 4 times CH3. Okay, now let's check. We will see the another example. I am going to write here common name is neopentyl bromide. Now you tell me what is the formula for this neopentyl bromide? How many carbons are there? Of course, pentyl means 5 carbons are there. Okay, so I am going to write 5 carbons. How many hydrogens are there? You just count it.
12.
Now the central carbon atom, already 4 bonds are there. Okay, so no need to write any hydrogen to this central carbon atom. Okay, it is quaternary center. Now what is quaternary center? What is primary center? What is secondary tertiary carbons? CH3, here it is CH2, and remember that why CH2? Because the valency of carbon is 4. Okay, already this carbon is bonded to one carbon and one bromine, so remaining bonds are 2, so 2 valencies are satisfied with hydrogens. Okay, so the formula is C5H11 bromine. Now valency of hydrogen and valency of bromine is 1. Okay, so instead of C5H12, one of the hydrogen is replaced by bromine, so you should not write H12, you have to write H11, and instead of 12th hydrogen you wrote here bromine because bromine is already there. Okay, now I am going to write the zigzag formula of neopentyl bromide again. This is the zigzag formula or bond line formula or zigzag structure of neopentyl bromide. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Now as you already know the root words for one carbon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, what is the root word for one carbon? Meth, eth. For 4 carbon, but, pent, hex, hept, oct, non and dec. Okay, here I can write meth, meth. Okay, that's why alkanes containing one carbon, the IUPAC name of alkane containing one carbon is meth, ends with ane, methane, CH4. Okay, ethane, ane, ethane, C2H6. Okay, propane, C3H8. I am going to write the bond line formula for propane, CH3, CH2, CH3. For 4 carbons, butane. For 5 carbons, pentane. For 6 carbon atoms, hexane. Okay, root word hept indicates the presence of 7 carbons. Once you put your pen on your paper, you wrote first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay, so it is heptane, and similarly you can write octane, nonane, and decane. So all these are the bond line formula of these alkanes. Okay, now today we will see primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary carbons or quaternary centers. Okay, now just look at this structure. Okay, look at this structure. Now you have to write a detailed formula of this structure. Okay, I am going to give the numbering to this alkane. I already selected the longest chain. Okay, according to IUPAC nomenclature. Okay, so longest chain is 5 carbon chain. At second position, 2 methyl substituents are there, and third position, 1 methyl substituent is there. Okay, now you have to write the detailed structure. CH3, C, CH3, CH3, then comes third carbon, CH3, then fourth carbon, and fifth carbon. Okay, so just satisfied the remaining valencies of all the carbon atoms, CH3, CH2, and here only H. Okay, now you can see here at the first carbon atom. Okay, first carbon atom and fifth carbon atom is bonded to only one carbon atom. You can see here this carbon atom is bonded to only one carbon atom. Similarly, all CH3 carbon atoms are bonded to one carbon atom only. Okay, you can see all these CH3s are all these CH3 carbons are directly attached to single carbon only. Okay, so all CH3 groups are primary carbons. All CH3 groups are primary carbons because they are directly attached to one carbon atom. Okay, now look at the fourth carbon atom. Fourth carbon atom, now you tell me this fourth carbon atom is directly attached to how many carbon atoms?
2.
2. That's why this CH2 group is secondary carbon. So CH2 group is secondary one. Okay, secondary carbon. Now look at the third carbon. This third carbon is directly attached to how many carbon atoms?
3. 3.
That's why it is tertiary carbon. Okay, so you can write CH. This is tertiary carbon atom. And look at the second carbon atom. This second carbon atom is directly attached to how many carbon atoms?
3. 4.
That's why it is quaternary carbon. Okay, so if CH3 is there, it is primary carbon. CH2 is there, it is secondary carbon. CH is there, it is tertiary carbon. And only C is there, no hydrogen is directly attached to the carbon, then that carbon is quaternary carbon. Okay. Now what is the IUPAC name of this compound and what is the formula of this compound? Tell me the total number of carbons. 8. Okay. Longest chain contain 5 carbons and 3 substituents are there. On second position 2 methyl substituents are there, and on third position 1 methyl substituent is there. So total carbons 8. C8H18 is the formula. You can count the hydrogen atoms. How many primary methyl groups are there? Primary carbons are there? 5. 5 CH3s are there. Okay. 5 CH3 means 15 hydrogens. One methylene group is there, CH2. So 15 plus 2, 17. And one methane group is there, CH. Okay. So total hydrogens 18. 17 plus 1, 18. Now what is the IUPAC name? The longest chain is 5 carbon. So it is pentane. But which pentane? Second position contain one methyl group. Another one methyl group is also there on second position. Okay. 2 2 1 again. One methyl group is there on third position. So 2 2 3 trimethyl. Longest chain is 5 members, so root word is pent, and as it is alkane it should ends with ane. Suffix is ane. Okay. The IUPAC name is 2,2,3 trimethyl pentane. Now what is this? Cyclohexane. Okay, you tell me how many primary carbons are there? Primary carbons, carbons which are directly attached to single carbon only. You got it? How many primary carbons are there?
4.
4.
4.
Okay. Secondary carbons means you have to identify methylene groups, that is CH2 groups. Hmm?
3.
3. Okay. CH2, CH2, CH2. So methylene groups are 3. Okay. Don't write like this. Okay. Now tertiary carbons,
2.
carbon atoms. Okay. Which are they? These two are tertiary carbon atoms. Okay. and quaternary carbon is
1.
1. So now you can easily identify primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary centers or quaternary carbons in the molecule. Okay, any question?